Okay, so today, just a little update on my channel. Not just only my channel, but my discovery. As you know, I've been on a long road, and it's about 14 years or so. Off and on, but it's about 14 years. They call me all sorts of names. They have called other people all sorts of names. They also think it's all in our head, that we are crazy, that placebo, that it's not real. And what is it? It's EMF sensitivity. And yes, this video is about EMF sensitivity and how I made the discovery. So I just want to make a short video just to update that I have discovered why people have EMF sensitivities, or known as EMF sensitivities, or even ultra or hyper EMF sensitivities. My other last videos is that's how I discover it, and that's how I pinpoint what it was. I'm very excited, but at the same time, it's a bittersweet moment. If you were one of us as EMF sensitivities, or sensitive, or whatever you want to call it, it's a painful road, and it was a painful road. Especially people don't understand. Even the WHO and even the FDA. And nobody, and I said nobody, made the discovery that I did. Like I said, it's a bittersweet moment. So I'm doing that video right now. I want to concentrate on this because this is very important. It would help millions of people out there. As far as I know, it's about 10 million people is being affected, and there will be more. Remember this. There will be more. And it's going to be millions, probably later on in life. It's going to be billions, unless they find this video, of course, and then unless they find my discoveries. And maybe even 1 billion, and they just don't know it because, you know, EMF play a very important role. And as we've seen some of my videos, I actually said right in the beginning, radiation played the biggest role in the universe. That's a very big statement. When I was on this little journey, I was laughed at. I got called so many names, even crazy, that things like this doesn't exist. But funny thing is, I learned how to get away from it. I learned, as you can see on my channel, I learned how to manage it. But what's most importantly is that why? The question was always why? Why does it affect me, but it doesn't affect a lot of people? Like some of you guys, and if you guys seen this, you know it. And it's a hard life. And I can tell you right now that I'm going to end your suffering. And it's the first time that someone made a firm discovery and went into it even more. There's more, but I'm going to hold up for a little bit of it. But I will give you all the things that you will need to do so that way you can feel like I do now. Because we're in what I call it, the non-ionized world, or radiation world. There's another type of non-ionized world, which is out in the woods and stuff, which there's a lot of videos coming. It is so hard, but I have to make sure that this is going to be the perfect video. Not only perfect, but enough that people will sway a different way. And because of how I am, because of who I am, I refuse to be like those people that stigmatize the people who have EMF sensitivities, or call them all sorts of names, and it's all in their heads, and oh, you name it. I will present all of it, and you're gonna have a good laugh. But in the end of it all, though, it's a bittersweet moment. I don't know if I should laugh or I should cry, or I should laugh and cry at the same time, because you know, it vindicate me and many other people, millions of people. It's going to vindicate them that EMF sensitivity is a cause. And I found the cause, and I found how and why that it affects us. Yes. First time in human history that someone actually took a long journey, and the longest journey that I could ever walk on, and thankfully somebody upstairs gave me a nice brain that I am able to stay on this course. And finally, I was able to put all these things together. And now I am 100% cure of EMF sensitivity, except when I go into the radiation. Okay? But I can tell you that as long as I keep myself low, away from these called electromagnetic field, the man-made, remember, man-made, which is 5G. Remember, 5G is just a name. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cell phones, cell towers, and now space. Radio signals to all these is all digital, and they are digital waves. Remember that it's just a wave, but it's how strong the wave is. This is what's affecting us, and I will tell you what it's actually affecting. So because of this long journey, and because of all the names that they call me, I mean, there are many nights, I explain this to some of my videos, and many nights I actually cry that why would it be affect me but not other people? And there are plenty of people that be infected, but they just don't know what it is. So because of that journey, and because of all these long sleepless nights to battle, not only to battle with myself, to battle with other people, and to battle with a non-believer, or even think that they exist. But here's the problem. Okay, I will tell you the problem. What's wrong with this world? They believe that aliens exist. Well, they are. They ain't going to come up at us pretty soon, okay? So don't hold your breath on it. Jesus Christ exists. Okay? No pun, or nothing intended. Remember that, okay? But I found nothing. Bigfoot. Bigfoot exists, but we never found anything. Okay? Loch Ness Monster exists. And everything else, ghosts exist. Really? Funny. I've been sleeping at the cemetery. How come I don't see no ghost? Huh? You know what's funny? I sleep at the cemetery, and it's the most peaceful, quiet place. Because all the bipolar, I call them bipolar, they're scared of it. So they won't go there. It's the most peaceful place that you can find. You know, like sometimes I tell them, I wish I live at a cemetery. Because you know what? My neighbor ain't going to complain at me. My neighbor ain't going to play loud music. My neighbor ain't going to yell at me because of my grass has not been cut. My neighbor is the most quietest one on the block. Imagine. You know, and you know, funny, I would never have an argument. If I do have some kind of argument, you know, I'm always right. Ha, 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 ha. Because my neighbor's ain't gonna talk back, right? Ha, ha, ha. I know, I gotta throw some jokes in there. But you know, everything else exists, but EMF sensitivity does not exist. Well, good news. I will prove to the world that it not only exists, but why does it exist? Not only made the discovery of EMF sensitivity, but why we actually have EMF sensitivity. Yeah, And like I stated in many videos, I am a nobody. But finally, I can say that I am EMF free. Although, remember, it's still going to be affected if you are close to it or, a certain distance to it. Remember that, okay? But we can actually counteract now. Because I know how to counteract now. Yeah? And yes, we absorb them. If people don't think so, we absorb them. And yes, it does affect on our body. I will show you that too. How it actually affects in our body. I'll present my case, but I'm going to tell you, it is the best video going to be in the world. It's going to be the only one in the world. No doctors, no scientists, no physicists, nobody. Almost 7 billion people in the world. I am the only one that actually found the clue. And I not only found the clues, but I found how to deal with it. And I found how to counteract it. Yes, physically counteract it. And now I can say that I am EMF free. Unless I encounter, of course. But so far, this whole month I've been enjoying it. But I don't want to say anything yet because I want to make this video so hard and so secure and so good that people will not call you or I names anymore. Because I found, and I'm gladly, and I will share it to the world. And I said many times I said, I will turn the medical community around. The medical community that always have attacks rather than questions. I went in with the question. I didn't attack. Because that's how I am. I go into a cause and I ask questions. And yes, it took me 14 years to get to where I am. This question has finally been answered. And I'm glad, but like I said before, I'm so glad that I found it, but it's a bittersweet moment because now I can, oh my, there were parties, there were birthdays, there were New Year's, there were so many things that I go to people and I tell them why I wear a hat that is made out of silver, why I do this, why I do that, why I stay away from cell phones, and why I stay from wireless stuff, and why I've been having a wired internet for the last 14 years. Nobody can understand that one. But you know what? They laugh at me. They do all the things that they could, but why can't they just ask the question? Rather than saying I'm crazy, I am laughed at, I am ridiculed, I am everything that there is in a book, but except for one thing, the suffering. They do not see what kind of suffering it is, and there are many people. And I will end your suffering. I will promise that in this video, that when I'm done with this video, I will promise you that I will end your suffering. And we're all going to laugh at these people because I always tell people, laugh at me. But I will always be the last person to have the last laugh. Ha, 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 ha. How do you like me now? So, bittersweet moment, but it's a good news. And I am in the middle of making that video right now. So hang on, and you will see that video soon.